Welcome back, everyone. I'm Rose Oatley, and today I'm going to show you my version of King Ranch Chicken Casserole. It is so delicious, so stick around. We'll start with some chicken. Here I've got chicken tenders, which I find easier to shred. You want to cook them in a pot of water at medium to medium-high heat for exactly 20 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to be cutting a few veggies, starting with an onion. This is about 1/4 of an onion. You want to chop and dice. We also want to cut and dice a piece of red and green bell pepper. Slice 1 package of mushrooms. Keep a wet paper towel handy to wipe any excess dirt. After 20 minutes, our chicken is ready. We're going to go ahead and put it on a plate and start shredding it using 2 forks. You're also going to need at least 16 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. Make sure that you get the block and not the one that's already shredded, because that one has a little bit of a waxy film and it doesn't melt very nicely. So make sure you shred it yourself. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and use my KitchenAid and shred it with the attachment. Moving on to our stove, to a hot pan, you want to add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Once melted, I'm going to add my onions, red and green bell peppers. Saute for about 2 minutes, then add your mushrooms. Feel free to add 1 more tablespoon of oil if needed, since the mushrooms do absorb the oil fairly quick. By the way, I have my heat at medium. I'm going to go ahead and lower it to number 2. I'm going to go in with a little bit of salt, and this is to your taste. 1 teaspoon of oregano. 1 teaspoon cumin. 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, which is 1 clove. 1 packet of powdered chicken bouillon, or if you have the cube, just crumble 1 cube. Add 4 tablespoons of flour. This will help a little with thickening the sauce. Mix until the flour is dissolved. You want to add 1 cup of chicken broth or chicken stock. And you want to add 2 cups of heavy cream, which is the same as heavy whipping cream. If you buy the small container, the pint, that's 2 cups there. Let's give everything a mix. Here I've got 1 can of rotel diced tomatoes and green chilies. Add the whole can. Add a little bit of pepper to your taste. Let's go ahead and add all of our shredded chicken back into the pan. A little more salt if needed. And we're also going to add 1 can of cream of chicken. And this is also going to thicken up your sauce a little more. By the way, this is a 10.5 ounce can. We just want to give this a nice mix, making sure all of the flavors are combined. And I'm going to go ahead and let this sit for about 2 minutes. For your next ingredient, you'll need some white corn tortillas. Let's see, I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, and I think I'm going to add maybe 2 more, making it 14. I'm going to go ahead and separate these in half so they're easier to cut, and we're going to cut these into strips. So it'll make it 4 strips. Now I'm going to cut it in half and do the same thing with the other set. Spray a standard size baking dish with some oil. Here I'm using olive oil. I'm going to add 1 thin layer of my mix to the bottom of my baking sheet. And now the reason I did spray my pan is so that it doesn't stick. It's going to be so much easier to clean as well. For my next layer, evenly, I'm going to add my tortilla strips that I cut up. A layer of my chicken sauce mix. A layer of cheese. Then we're going to start our layers again with our tortilla strips, our sauce, and our cheese. And we'll repeat it 1 more time. This time I'm just going to pour it all in there with my pan. These are the tortilla strips that were left, so you could probably just use 10 or 12 tortillas total. Make sure you cover your baking dish with aluminum foil. We're going to be cooking this for a total of 30 minutes, but the first 20 minutes, it's going to be with the foil. In the last 10 minutes, you want to remove the foil. So in it goes, we're going to bake at 375 degrees. It's been 20 minutes. I'm going to remove the foil and continue cooking for 10 more minutes. My casserole is out of the oven and still bubbling. We're going to top this off with some cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you can also just substitute it with parsley as well. Now, doesn't this look delish? Guys, I gotta tell you, it is smelling so good and I can't wait to dig into it. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so below or hit my little picture on the side. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified of all of my new videos, and please be sure to check out these links on the side. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching and your support.